It's April the 22nd, 2024, and my dogs just stopped barking. Oh, now they're back again. I don't know what they're back there barking at, but they are. I was waiting for them to stop because they were back there raising all kinds of cane, but they've slowed down now. So I have tried to record this multiple times at this point now. It's right now it's 1:12, and like I said, I came out here and tried to record. The dogs started going crazy back there, so I had to stop and start over again. And they start again, but I think they've slowed down now. So anyway, had my virtual doctor's appointment this morning, and overall went pretty well. Today's video, I'm just going to talk about this and just try to keep it kind of short today. I was very, very nervous for this virtual appointment this morning because, you know, there's just no way to know. And, you know, when they put that tips in, they told me, well, they told my wife that they do tend to get clogged up rather easily. And I was just really concerned. I didn't want to have to go back in there and have them clear it out. Now, they did tell me that if it does get gunked up in there, that it's really not that bad of a procedure for them to go in. I guess they just go in through your neck and they go in through your groin. When they did the tip procedure, they went in multiple places. They went in here, like twice in here. There's like 2 puncture marks here. They went in right above my belly button. They went in right here in the side where my liver is. And then they went in through my groin and one other area. There's like 6 different areas that they went in through. And, you know, they don't even stitch that stuff when they're done. They just put like a glue on it. It's a really odd when they get done with that procedure, because you can see where they cut you open, and it's like a clearish like glue that they put on it. So you can actually see the wound. And it just looks very strange, to be quite honest with you. Now, this is getting a little bit off topic, but after that TIPS procedure last summer, I came home and the doctors had told me, you know, you need to be careful and like don't do too much for a while. They were like, you need to be careful for a few weeks, just take it easy. And of course, I came home and decided I wanted to plant my garden, and I shouldn't have done it. But I don't listen very well. I've always been like that. I'm not saying that's a good thing to do by any means. My wife fusses at me all the time. My mom fusses at me all the time about it because I just can't sit still. I don't like laying down. And last summer, right after that procedure, I had been sick. I'd gotten pancreatitis in April, and then it was just, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and then I got out, and I was trying to recover, and it was just a bunch of stuff. And I had started my garden in the spring, and then when I got done with my procedure, I came home and was like, I have to get these seeds in the ground or I'm not going to have any plants this year. So I came home, you know, I did chill out for a couple days, but then I went out there and started planting my garden like a fool. And I was actually right back here one afternoon. My wife was on her way home, and I bent down to pick something up. I think there was a stick or something on the ground. I'm not really 100% sure, but when I bent down, I felt something like my stomach like really hurt, like on the outside, like right above my belly button. And I have 2 hernias right there, so I thought at first that's got to be what it is, because anytime that I like do too much, those hernias will hurt really bad. So I thought that's what it was, but when I bent down and then stood back up, I was like, well, let me just take a look at it. And I had a bandage, I don't know, it's about this big, that was covering that area. And I was like, let me just take a look at this place where they went in, just to make sure. And when I pulled the bandage off, it was infected. And when I say infected, it was very, very badly infected. It was super red, swollen. There was pus coming out of it. I mean, it was gross. And it really, really, really scared me because, you know, I have those hernias like right there. So, you know, my first thought was, okay, now I've got an infection and it's right where my hernia is. I mean, I literally have my intestine like coming out of my stomach. And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, this is going to end up being very, very bad. But I cleaned it up really well. I actually called my mom, and my mom was like, let me come over and take a look at it. My mom came over here, and she cleaned it up, dressed it up, and I just kept an eye on it. I went to the doctor. He took a look at it and said that he thought it would turn out okay. And it actually finally did turn out okay. But I just, they had that bandage on there, and I was afraid to take it off too often. I would change it out, but I had come outside and was doing too much, had gotten all sweaty and all kinds of stuff like that, and I just wasn't doing a good enough job changing my bandages, I guess. And it got infected, and it really, really scared me. I should not have been outside doing what I was doing. So if any of you guys do end up getting a TIPS procedure, please take it easy and don't do like I did and go out there and start doing a bunch of stuff, because your body needs time to heal after that. I mean, it's pretty invasive. They go in and they do a lot, and now they don't cut you open in any major way, but they are in there tinkering around with your liver, and they're making holes in your liver. I mean, from what I understand, they take a needle and they go in through your side and they like puncture a hole through the liver. That's why I had the internal bleeding at the time. But anyway, I'm getting way off topic here. But from the conversation this morning, I got on there, and my appointment was at 8 o'clock. I got on at 10 till and waited, and they didn't come on. I was wondering what was going on, and finally about 8:15 they called, and she said, "I'm having a problem connecting with you." So I didn't actually get to see my doctor per se, but we did talk, and as I had gotten on the phone with them, my wife came walking in. My wife took my kids to school this morning and then came back home to sit there with me while I talked with the doctor, which was a surprise. I did not know she was going to do that. And I got to say, it made me feel a heck of a lot better to have her there with me, because I was very afraid. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be and what he was going to say. But she sat there with me while I talked with the doctor, and it wasn't the greatest news in the world, but it wasn't bad news at the same time. I just took a look at I guess like they send you a final report after you talk with the doctor, and it's basically like a summary of what you discussed. And I don't, the varices have shrunk. They are not as large as they were. Now they're not shrunk as much as the doctor would have liked to have seen them. We really wanted to see some dramatic shrinkage in the varices, and there's just not. Now, he said that they did shrink some versus the last time I was there. The last time I was there was in September of 2023, last year, when they did the last, scans and took a look at that TIPS and see if the blood flow was correct and all that stuff. He said that I do have blood flow. The blood flow is going fine through there right now, so no blockages, which is, I can't thank you guys enough for the prayers. Really, guys, thank you so much. I went through the comments this morning after I had spoken with the doctor, and saw so many people said they were praying for me last night, and I can't tell you how much I really do appreciate that. The video yesterday, I didn't get it up until like almost 8 o'clock last night, and I had to go to bed. I mean, I was really nervous about this morning, and I just wanted to go to sleep and just kind of forget about it, and just wake up this morning and deal with it then, and that's what I did. And like I said, the doctor said that there is flow, everything's good there, so no blockages. Now, he did say, that we're going to have to keep a real close eye on it, because, it does tend to, those TIPS do tend to get clogged up. But he said that I have one more 6-month appointment that I have to do with them. So in 6 months, they're going to do another CAT scan or an MRI, whichever one, I guess, with contrast, and they're going to take a look at that flow and make sure everything's still good there. And then after that, I will go to yearly appointments, and they'll be looking at my liver to make sure that, and this is just interventional radiology taking a look at the TIPS. This isn't like my overall, liver health, appointment. Although he did say that he wants me to get back with my liver specialist and talk with him. One of the things that happened this morning, which is really disappointing, when I went and had my CAT scans done last week, they took blood, but I guess for some reason they did not run the the blood test on me. When I asked the doctor, because we were talking, and he was like, okay, well, that's about it. And I was like, well, what's going on with my liver? I had blood work drawn and everything like that when I was at the hospital. And he was like, oh, hold on a second. So he started looking, and he said, I don't see anything here. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, no, the only thing I see from your last, from when you were here last week is they ran your blood sugar, and that's it. And I'm like, that's not, they were supposed to do all my lab work when I was there. And he's like, well, I don't see it here. So I don't know if it's lost somewhere or what, but he didn't have that information with me when I talked to him this morning. So now I'm gonna have to go on a hunt and figure out where this information's at, who's got my lab results, and where they are. But from my conversation this morning, he did not have those. I don't know where they are. I don't know what's going on with my labs. I'm gonna have to figure that out. My wife is reaching out to my GI doctor because I do need a refill on my blood pressure medication for my portal hypertension. And she's gonna set up another appointment with him so I can go down there and have my blood work done with him again as well. I need to know what my numbers are looking like. I have no clue right now. And that was one of the biggest things I wanted to know, on top of if there's proper blood flow going through there. But I wanted to know what my liver health was looking like right now. From what the doctor told me, from what he could see on the scans, that everything looked okay. After I looked at my after visit summary, it says that my gallbladder is still distended. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on with that. I had some really major complications in my gallbladder when I was in the hospital back in October of 2022. They kept saying they were going to remove it because it was so distended. I don't know if there was a blockage in there or what. But they didn't want to go in there because I had so many other complications going on at the time. I did have ascites really bad. They were just so afraid to cut me open during that period. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know if we're going to end up having to remove my gallbladder or what, but I do know this distended. It's in the summary. Although he didn't bring that up when we were talking, but when I looked at the after visit summary, it's in there. But he said, as far as just taking a look at the scan, that everything looked okay. I mean, my liver still has problems, but nothing has progressed any worse from what he could tell from the imaging that he had today. So I'll just have to wait and see after I get my test results for my blood work to see how that stuff's looking. And I don't have any clue right now. I'm really disappointed because I really wanted to know. I just wanted to get this all over and done with today, so I had a full grasp on what's going on with my liver health. Although like I said, he did, after looking at the scans, he said that it doesn't look any worse than it did, so that's good. He did ask if I'd had a liver biopsy, which really scared me. When we got toward the end of the conversation, I said, well, what's going on with my liver health? And that's when I was asking him about the blood test results. And he said that, that he didn't have them, and we're gonna have to go back and take a look at that. But like I said, that he didn't see anything major going on there. But I do, he thinks that a lot of the blood clots came from the pancreatitis, although they're not 100% sure. But like I said, he was asking him if I had a liver biopsy, and I told him, well, yeah, I've had one. And he said, I can't see that on here either. So I don't understand. There must be some kind of problem with their software or something. I don't know, but it wasn't right there in front of them. I know I've had a liver biopsy done. Then he also asked me, if I'd had a fibrosis scan, and I was like, yeah, I had a fibrosis scan. He wasn't seeing that either, and I know for a fact that they did one. I was at MUSC. I was in the hospital during that period of time when they did that. So I don't know. There's obviously some kind of problem that they did not have that information for me right that moment. So it's back to the drawing board. I'm gonna have to go back. If they can't come up with my lab results, then I'm still going to my doctor, to my GI doctor, hopefully this week or next week, to have my blood work done again. Because I just need to know. I need to know what's going on with that, and I'm gonna talk with that doctor and see what's going on. But that's what I have for now. I did take a look too. My pancreas, it does have a cyst on it still. You know, they had gone in there and drained, because I had multiple cysts on my pancreas, and they had put stents in a couple of them that were really large to drain those off, because my pancreas was so inflamed during that period of time. I was basically in a state of pancreatitis for like 5 or 6 months. It was a very long time. And he said that you know, that they're gonna you know, take a look at that. But you know, I've got to get my blood work done again, I guess, unless they come up with it and find my results or wherever it is. All they had today was my blood sugar from that day, which doesn't make any sense. So I'm just got to wait and find out what they say. And he's getting in touch with my hepatologist so that they can touch base and see where they want to go from here. You know, what we're going to be doing later on down the road. I have not seen my liver specialist in quite some time. You know, I've had so many problems with my pancreas that they've been dealing with, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. All right, sorry about that, guys. I've been dealing with some pretty bad nausea this morning, and it's really gotten to me. I had to pause for a second just to take a couple deep breaths, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to go ahead and get off of here, guys. I'm just not feeling all that great right now. I don't know if I'm just kind of worked up from stress from today or what, but I'm just not feeling all that hot right now. So but that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't have my blood results yet. I'm gonna have to wait and see what happens with that, but I am gonna go back to my GI doctor and have those and redo my blood work again, just to be on the safe side. I'm not gonna wait and see what happens with MUSC. I want to know what's going on. It's been quite a while since I've had my my blood work done. So I need to know where that's at, and once I get that information, I'll share that with you guys. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, my gallbladder is still distended. I do have a cyst still on my pancreas. Blood flow is looking good. But as far as that's concerned, that's all I know right this moment. I just know that I don't have to have surgery right now on my, you know, on the tips. They don't have to go in there and clear anything out right this moment. I'm still waiting to find out what's going to happen with my pancreas. I gotta speak to my pancreas doctor again here very shortly, and I have to go back and have another MRI done for that here very soon, and then talk with him, and then we're gonna figure out what's gonna happen with my pancreas from this point forward. You know, I've said they might end up having to remove it. I don't know. It did shrink in half since the last time I was there. Which is pretty drastic, because I was there January the 4th, and then the next time after that, it has shrunk 50% since that period of time, only in a matter of like just a couple of months. You know, it shrunk pretty rapidly, so, and the doctor was a little concerned about that, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just not feeling all that hot right now. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here for today. But thank you so much for all the prayers. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back to do another video tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be feeling better. I don't know. I got a wave of nausea. It just hit me really hard just a minute ago. So I'm going to go lay down to see if I can't feel a little bit better. I need to take a nausea pill and just try to get feeling a little bit better now. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the prayers. I really do appreciate it. And until tomorrow's video, I will see y'all then. Bye.